the fundamentals, we have Vikram Bhatt. He is the CEO of Positive Innovations, joining us from Mumbai. And to help us with the technicals, we have Hitesh Eidnani. He is founder and CEO of Tech Trend Consultants, who is joining us from Kolkata. Thanks, gentlemen, for being with us. Let's jump to our first query. We have with us Anand. He's a doctor joining us from Chennai. Anand, good afternoon. What's your question?
Yeah, I have about 250 shares of LNT, which I bought some time back at 1550. I don't mind being invested for staying on for about a year or so. So, should I hold on or with a horizon for about a year? What to do this?
Did you get an opportunity to sell at a higher cost after you bought this?
No, I kind of really didn't check with that, yeah.
Okay, you didn't really check on that. So let's ask our guest, what should be the strategy for LNT? What would you say, Hitesh? Because, after having slumped so severely from the recent highs it saw, at 1550, what is the downside risk from here on, since our investor is a long-term investor?
See, LNT is having a strong resistance zone around 1700, and a move below 1450 is definitely bearish for this counter. So in between this range, it's basically formed a kind of a wedge, which is similar to the Nifty formation right now, and a breakdown or a breakout is possible from this wedge, which will give the next direction for this counter. So my advice would be to hold on with a stop loss of 1450 and see the way the counter moves in the next few weeks.
Alright, watch the stock very carefully, and if it slips below 1450, look to exit. SMS that is coming from Avinder Singh in Delhi. He's a doctor. He holds 400 shares of NTPC, which he has purchased at 26 rupees a share. So he is having a loss on, it's actually NHPC, not NTPC. He is having a loss of about 3 rupees for every share that he holds of NHPC. Because, of course, those who got this share in the IPO are suffering even more severely because they purchased it at 36. It's in an absolute underperformer, even though the space that it operates in, which is hydroelectric power, it's a long drawn-out business. It's not so bad. What are the worries pulling the stock down? Because just today the news came in, it's tied up to launch a hydroelectricity power plant in Bhutan. What's going against NHPC? Your call on NHPC on the charts, it's not a very long history, but it's certainly looking weak.
I agree. I mean, with whatever limited data we have, it's clearly making a pattern of lower tops and lower bottoms. The charts are bearish currently. There's no saying how low it could go from here. So my advice would be to sell at current levels. If you're interested in this counter, we could always get back once it starts making a higher trending pattern. So my advice would be to exit at current levels.
Look to exit, that's the call coming in on technicals on NHPC. But for very long-term investors, you can still stay with the stock. That is what Vikram has to say. We slip into have with us on the phone line Rohan, who is joining us from Chennai. Rohan, good afternoon. What's your question?
Good afternoon, madam.
What's your question?
My question is it the right time to buy the Tata Global privilege at this time? And can you please tell me the exact target price of the target price to buy and target price to sell?
It depends on how long you want to hold the stock for.
Yeah, hold for 2 months.
Alright, so he's a short-term investor. Let me come to you, Hitesh, first on Tata Global. It's been extremely volatile over the last few sessions. Volumes have picked up on this counter. It faces so much resistance at 105. Should he wait for the stock to cross that level and buy, or should he not buy at all for a 3-month target? What's your call?
I would think so. Like you rightly pointed out, there is a lot of interest in tea and coffee stocks right now. But Tata Global is having resistance around the 102 to 103 level. So I would wait for a close above 100 to 103 to see that the counter is closing confidently above these levels for a few days. And that's when I would advise initiating a long in this counter. For a 2-month kind of a trading call, he could expect a 10 to 15% return if you enter it once it's closed above 102 levels.
Alright, your picks and disclosures?
I do not have any picks yet because I would still wait for the market to give a firm direction before advising investors to enter. But way of disclosure, Trendtech Consultants, me or any of our clients could have holdings in any of the counters discussed today. Thank you very much.
Right.